Can you learn SketchUp in under 10 minutes? I'm not so sure about that, but if you give me 10 minutes, I will try to teach you the most basic tools inside of SketchUp, even if you are a complete beginner. Let the time begin and let's get right into a tutorial. The first time that you open SketchUp, you're gonna see this window. I'm just gonna click on the simple template. It doesn't really matter what units, but for now, I'm just gonna do inches. So if I double click on the image, it's gonna open my brand new template. Now, very quickly, in order to move inside of SketchUp, you need to use three tools: the orbit, the pan, and the zoom. So you're gonna find them on the Getting Started toolset bar. If your interface looks a little bit different, do not worry too much about it because it doesn't really matter for this tutorial. But if you do not have these tools up here, what you wanna do is you wanna go to View, Toolbars, and make sure that the one that says Getting Started is checked and selected, and you can close that off and it's gonna be on your screen. You can drag it and put it up here, or you can have it hanging. It's really up to you. So here, you're actually gonna see three tools. So the orbit, which is this one, the pan, which is this one, and the zoom tool, which is this one. So let me show you how to use them. So if you click orbit, you're gonna be able to do this move. So you're gonna left click with your mouse, and while your tool is selected, you're gonna be able to orbit. So do that, practice a little bit so that you get the hang of it. Next to it is the pan tool. So if you left click and drag your mouse on the screen, you're gonna be panning. So this is a different action, which is actually gonna take you from one place to the other. So orbit is gonna be like kind of like this movement, and panning, it's actually gonna move you from one place to the other. And finally, zoom. So if you zoom, you drag your mouse to the front or to the back towards you. If you drag your mouse towards you while you click with your left click, you're gonna be zooming out. If you have a 3-wheel mouse, you can use here the wheel to zoom in and out, and it's gonna be way, way easier. Now that we have those navigation tools out of the way, let's just start building something. So I want you to have an image file of a floor plan. We're going to do a very simple kitchen just for the sake of this tutorial, but make sure that it is a JPEG file. So once you have that in your computer, I want you to go to File, Import, and then you're going to see it somewhere there in your Downloads section. And you're going to click on it, make sure that it says Image, and then you're going to import it. And now it's going to come here to your screen. Now you're going to click anywhere, and then you're going to drag and then left click again, and then this is gonna place it as an image on the floor. It doesn't matter how much you drag because it's gonna be wrong anyway, so we're gonna have to resize this and rescale it. So once it's there already, we're gonna use the tape measure tool, which you're gonna see up here. If you cannot find it, use the search bar, and then you're gonna do tape, and then this is the tool. So basically we're gonna measure what this is measuring and after that we're gonna change that measurement. So let's say that I know that this cooktop should be 30 inches. So I'm gonna click on one corner and then on the other corner, left click again. And then right now it's telling you that it's 4 feet, but this is wrong because I know that it is 3 feet. So it doesn't really matter. You're gonna click on that, and then on the bottom, you're gonna see the length, which it says 4 feet and 6 inches. But now you're gonna type the actual length, the correct length, and it's gonna change it automatically. So you're gonna type 36 inches or 3 feet. 3 feet would be 3 and then apostrophe. And then you're gonna click enter on your keyboard. And then it's gonna ask you if you wanna resize the model. And you're gonna say yes. And it's gonna resize it, and now it's gonna be the correct size. So now we can start modeling. So the first thing is how to do the walls. So you're gonna use the rectangle tool, which is up here, or you can search it, or you can type R on your keyboard. Once you activate the tool, you're gonna zoom in with your mouse. So just scroll the wheel, and you're gonna do little rectangles like this. And then you're gonna use here this corner to do another rectangle. Basically, you wanna cover the surface of the walls. And then you're gonna click here on the endpoint to connect those rectangles. Make sure that you are clicking on those endpoints, those corners, so that they actually connect. And then you're gonna do one last one like that. And now you will see that there's lines that are here on the faces, but it's very easy to delete that. So you're gonna activate the eraser tool, which is up here, and then you're just gonna left click on the line, and it's gonna get rid of it. Now, real quick, if you are serious about learning interior design, you need to be using SketchUp. And if you're already using it, but you do not understand a bunch of things, or if your model keeps lagging and crashing, I can guarantee you that you are using it wrong. And no, you do not need an expensive computer to be able to run SketchUp. What you need is the SketchUp Smart System, which I teach inside of the complete SketchUp course for designers. You will learn SketchUp from A to Z at your own pace with detailed and comprehensive lessons and a bunch of resources to make it easy and fun. Plus, you have my full support and lifetime access to the course. This is the best SketchUp course to ever exist in the online space. So I am so excited to have you join us. You can find more details in the first link in the description below. Now back to the tutorial. Okay, so after we have created those rectangles, we have our faces, which are ready to be pulled to be turned into walls. So now you're gonna use the push pull tool, which is up here. And once it's active, you're gonna click on that face and you're gonna drag your mouse up. So left click and just drag your mouse. Doesn't matter how much you drag it because you're gonna have to set the dimensions. So now I'm gonna do 8 feet on the keyboard. So you're gonna do enter and then it's gonna pull that 8 feet and now you have your walls. So if you've worked with SketchUp before, you probably know that we need to make groups. We cannot keep anything as loose faces. And I explain that and everything very much in detail and very slowly in the complete SketchUp course for designers. But for now, I just want to tell you, do not keep loose faces. You have to be making groups every time that you make walls, doors, floors, ceiling, anything. Everything has to be on a group. So to do that, you're gonna triple click on the face. 1, 2, 3, and everything that is connected is going to be selected and you're going to turn that into a group. So now you're going to right click and make that a group and now you are good to go. Your model is now safe. Now we're going to quickly do the floor. So I'm going to do another rectangle, clicking here on the bottom, and then I'm just going to come here and now I'm going to give this a thickness. So with push pull, you're going to give that a little bit of thickness. So you drag your mouse and then you're going to specify the length, which is 6 inches. And that is my floor. Now, so I'm gonna triple click on that geometry to make my floor a group. And because I wanna get a little bit creative, I'm actually gonna edit this group. So I'm gonna double click on it. And then I'm gonna click here on the wall, on that little face, so that I can push more and bring that wall further. Now, right now I cannot see anything, so I'm gonna hide my floor temporarily. So I'm just gonna hide it. And now I'm gonna do my cabinets from this image. So I'm gonna do another rectangle like this. And it is like that, and you want to push that up, so click on the face, make sure that you activate the push pull tool, and then you're going to drag up 3 feet, and that's going to be my cabinet. And then you're going to triple click on that, and then you're going to make that a group. Now to copy this, you can click on it, activate your move tool, or type M on your keyboard. The tool is up here as well, and you're going to drag that up. Before you click, you will notice that the original is gone. So you're gonna click on Control so that you bring the original back. And now you can click, and this is now gonna be your upper cabinets. Upper cabinets have a depth of 12, not 24. So what we will do is we will double click on that to edit it, and then you're gonna push pull that a little bit. So now I'm gonna bring appliances from 3D Warehouse. So I'm gonna click here on this little icon, and it's gonna open this library of appliances. So I'm just gonna look for a fridge. And for all of my appliances, I'm gonna download them onto my model, and then it's probably gonna be too big, so I'm gonna use the scale, which is somewhere here. If you cannot find it, then just look for it, scale, or you can type S on your keyboard. You can use the grips to make it fit in there. For your cabinets, you wanna do your door fronts, so when you edit them, you wanna do lines to separate those door fronts. And you might want to do that for the lower cabinets as well. I'm going to keep it very simple, so I'm just going to double click on that to enter the group, and I'm going to add a material. You want to click on the bucket tool and it's going to open your materials. And for now, I'm just going to do a gray. For the top, I'm going to keep a white. I'm quickly going to do a countertop, so I'm going to do another rectangle on top of that, push it a little bit, and triple click to make that a group. Finally, I'm gonna bring my cooktop. So I'm just gonna do cooktop search on 3D Warehouse.
you.